In this episode, we're gonna see how the son of a real estate group decided to integrate inside a shopping mall the art elements, the love for nature, and the social elements for people. Today, we discover K11. Hello and welcome back to this new episode of Nesso Design Talks. I'm Antonio Minonne. On the other side of the world, there's Abudi. Ciao, Abudi.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
So, we are the founder of Nesso Design. We dive into the brands that we think are game changer and most relevant in the world of the retail design. And today we are talking about a container brand. Container brand or other brand.
A unique project. Not many people necessarily know it, but it had a big impact on the retail market, in our opinion. And I think it's I don't like to use this word, but it's a market disruptor. It started shifting the market in a different direction. So today we're talking about
so many words to say K11.
K11. Yeah. So K11 is a unique project created by a unique person. So we're talking about Adrian Cheng. Adrian Cheng is one of the most influential figures in real estate in Asia, specifically in China. He comes from a very wealthy family who works in real estate. He studied in different countries, different continents. He studied in the UK. He studied in Japan. Studied art and studied art in London, and studied culture in Japan. So he has a very creative historical background, combined with his family tradition of working in real estate. He converged both of them to create something very, very unique, which we know today is K11. This is Henry Cheng. Henry Cheng is his father, the very wealthy billionaire in Hong Kong. I think he ranks in world record because he's about $23 billion, and they have some of the biggest companies in China, let's say in Asia also, from real estate, the New World Development. The New World Development company, you might not know it, but it is responsible for many projects in Asia.
And it's the big fish of all the
yes, and then they have the jewelry brand.
Even though also the jewelry brand is quite well known, and it's quite spread and present in the territory of main China.
Yes, which means a lot in retail market. If you're present really hard in China, it means that you're doing well. I remember also the example of Starbucks. You remember, I mean, you live there, but Starbucks in China, in every goddamn corner, there is a Starbucks. Between a Starbucks and another Starbucks, there is a Starbucks. So they're doing very well. So
at this point, we understand that he has like a real estate background, so he has all the tools and all the resources to promote a real estate project. And infuse what are his passion, about culture and art. So he combine everything in this big pot, promoting this a new way of having a retail space exactly. When it's based on a real estate project.
Yes. So we have a small clip about his vision. It's an interview, and he talks about his vision for why he does this.
For me, art is for the mass, and placing it in retail space, in office space, in residential space, it becomes not only a software, but it becomes part of people's daily lives. And I believe that art is for everyone, and art is part of people's daily lives.
So for me, as I have a background in art, my bachelor degree is in art and interior design. So it means a lot to me that somebody in real estate is thinking like this. He's thinking that, okay, art is not just for the elite. Art is not only for billionaires in galleries to be traded. Is for everybody, for the kids, for poor, rich, intelligent, anybody who can access it, say. So this have a great impact on me personally. So this project is quite important to me, to my heart personally. So that's the why, obviously. So when it comes to, I mean, you will see throughout K11 project, let's say, or projects, there is a certain philosophy, always a certain meaning behind everything. So the word K11 is not a random word. At first, when I was researching, I thought K11 is because K is the 11th letter of the alphabet. But there is a meaning in ancient Asia, specifically in Japan, started in Japan, but also in Asia. The word, you can represent it in K11. There is certain words in Chinese, specifically Chinese, that you can always represent it in numbers and letters. For example, like 666. For us, is the number of the devil, but it means like cool in Chinese. There is these kind of words. K11 is one of them. So it stems from the Eastern philosophy of coexisting of nothingness and the substance, meaning, like, in another word, the yin and yang, the balance between the physical space and the nothingness, which led him to think about the art and the retail space, how to fill these vacant spaces and dead spaces inside the retail space, or even working space. So here we have the birth of K11. So the how is quite easy in theory, is mixing art and retail experiences, but applying this on a daily basis requires commitment. It's not just I have an open space and I throw whatever I have inside. I do one installation. We've seen this before. We've done some projects before like this. A shopping mall has a vacant space, like in corner underneath the stairs. Just put something and then leave it to die. In this particular,
on this, I need to say that on this, the K11 are quite thoughtful, no? Because also the art market is always kind of blurry, no? There's somebody that use the art market as an investment. They say if it's successful, everybody knows, but there's a lot of loss in art market as an investment, because everybody wants to keep it quiet when they fail. So this is to summarize that. Also, there's a curator mindset behind. So all these art pieces have a like a curator mindset. So there's a concept that philological thread that keep tighten up all together. It's not just following the trend or following some reputation of artists.
I totally agree. And there isn't some kind of like three pillars to the K11 project. So I call them ideology, but there's you can call them whatever you want. So it's art, and then people, and nature. These are three elements that and Adrian, as a person, loves and appreciates and wants to get more of. So he wants to be more green, to say help the environment. He wants to integrate art, and he wants the art to be for the people. So three key words will repeat always and always and always. Different shape and form, but the same. So he's from Hong Kong, and obviously his first project would be in Hong Kong. And he's fond of the Victoria Port area. So most of his projects in Hong Kong is in this small area near the port of Victoria. We would see also a future project, the biggest ever project for K11, is also on this port. Is more bigger, is near the sea. So the first collaboration was with a studio called the DLN, is a Hong Kong-based architecture firm. In my personal review, they're more technical. They're obviously this project in 2009, which I do understand it might not look so fancy, so fluid, because at that time the architecture, there was some project, but generally speaking, dynamic architecture was not a big thing like today. So I would understand
also because
why it looks
it's a prototype. Let's say
yes.
It's a prototype of a shopping mall.
Yes.
Still building up a shopping mall. It requires a lot of effort, energy, and money. So yeah, but
$332 million to be exact. I don't know why I'm fascinated by the numbers, but I'd like to know how they started, from what budget they started, and where they are today.
It's not a sum that you find in the pocket, or
for the Cheng family, maybe.
But I don't. But beside that, I don't want to make to count money in pockets, other people's pockets. But you need to understand that you need to do a small prototype of a shopping mall. It's already a big thing. So let's say that also was a testing curve, and a learning curve that was enacted. So I think the main elements was there, but not packaged like well packaged like now you see all the other examples.
But again, we need to mention that this is in 2009. The project was constructed and built in 2007 and 2008, so it's quite a long time. Maybe today, if you look in big cities, urban cities, you will see shopping centers that have integrated art in a good way, but this time is really, nobody was thinking about this. It was really quite early in the market. I have a small clip of the advertisement. It's not just to show where we started. It's not a very fancy video, but I'm happy that I found the commercial
fancy video if you compare to today, of course.
Yes. You see, it's 2008 because this was the the preparation. They opened officially in 2009.
I'm sure if we look at back that period, we say, "Oh my God, ridiculous."
Yeah, it was actually you barely can find the video. I found it through backups of the website. But it is, it's a shopping center applying art inside. Today's K11 is different. It's a shopping center merged with art. So it's quite it's a genius idea, first of all, and then I like the execution. Like even the first shopping center, talking about the architecture, yes, it's normal. It's nothing too fancy. But
the architecture is a shopping mall. That didn't find their identity yet.
Yes,
he has the element. So of course, the first things when you think a project is, let's take a shopping mall as a container, and we place inside art pieces and nature.
Yes.
So still the three elements have identity. Nowadays everything is more blended, has been shaken up. In this moment all the elements are still divided inside the shaker. Let's put it this way.
Yes. So but I have to give props for the architects, because they created this kind of hole at the entrance of the shopping center, which you can see what you're seeing at the screen, and this space is, first of all, is the entrance is wide enough so you can create events and art installations inside. So obviously they integrated the three elements: people passing by, the nature, the trees, and the art installations. Three key elements. Later on, I think these screens and posters you see on the left and right side became screens in later times.
Yeah.
But I think
because also the art evolves, so from from pure
panels,
painting,
exactly
to something more digital.
So this is an example
and
of
again,
how they utilize the space.
Yeah, and again, at that period, nobody thought to put an art piece inside a shopping mall. It was more a design installation from designer that maybe follow the concept of the shopping mall, and they were kind of for the shopping mall, for the shopping mall, something to fill the space. Instead, here is let's say an art gallery in which you have some store that are around.
Another view. You see, in the right side, that's the entrance. People enter from that way, and they have these kind of small steps along the way. I quite like this entry because it's quite wide. It feels as an entire space by itself, inside the shopping center. They have a glass ceiling also.
And also, I think in Hong Kong they have a more influential of the Western culture. So the idea of the square, of a public space. That is a public space that we're gonna see in the next episode, that is used for socializing event. So open to public events. The design, if you see, it's nothing more, nothing less than a normal shopping mall. Let's say the green take quite a good part, but we have the element in the next slide, in which there was this aliens that was coming in the entrance, and on this you need to admit Andrew was quite visionary, because in this first example, I guess not all the tenant and not all also the guests of the shopping mall understood the potentiality, because if we as a designer, we see this and we see what K11 is today, I think that it took quite of time for tenants to understand the
value.
The added value, because you are in a art gallery basically, and also your store can integrate with the art gallery. So if we see K11 store nowadays are also more pushing in a way of design. We also mentioned in some previous episode about the retail, the mixing of the store, the mixing on the word of curation for art to retail experience. Mostly born on let's say the first fire was the first sparkling was from this episode. So in the early day, neither the client understood, because there was some report in which customers would just take distance with these art pieces and take picture, and the store, the tenants was not prepared to step up, to make a 2.0 version of the store. So but somewhere you need to start also. The common space design is not what we see today, but this is the first small flame of the fire that come out with time.
But because there's so many obstacles along the way. If these art installations, for example, and I'm leading to another point, obviously, these kind of installations, if they're permanent, they will be boring quite fast. They have to be renewed frequently. They need to have artists always, or brands always innovating and creating new things for the shopping mall. I mean, it's not a simple job. It's a high maintenance job because you need to curate it, find the artist, curate it, collaborate, budgeting also, and then execute, and then have the approval of the tenants in front of it. There is so much nuance to this kind of business that you need an entire entity to manage it.
But of course, having a sport events in an environment like this is way more recognizable, and is way more stick to the memories. So, and it create new expectation, and it teach the client how to use this space, teach the tenants how to use it. So he open is really visionary, and it open infinite possibility.
Yeah. But I remember in Shanghai, for example, the most amazing experiences in all shopping centers that I visited was always these kind of pop-ups, the art pop-ups. You always can change completely the environment of the space with the music, with the art, and then will make the space really memorable, as you said before.
Yeah, the experience is memorable because if you go with a basketball inside the shopping mall, the guards will the first things will jump on you. But instead, if you have like a temporary exhibition, and you said, I went to that fancy shopping mall dressed like a street basketball, I make a dunk in it's just that idea will stick together with you forever.
And in order to do this, he had to create a complete ecosystem. So it's something he calls the K11 Art Foundation, and their slogan is "In art we live." So the foundation, I think, it was built in 2010, right after K11 2009. I think because of the necessity. It's not because he wants to, because he needs to. This foundation, as you can see here from the video, works with artists. They have resident artists that change every year, every month, and they collaborate with them to create small projects, more art pieces, and show in galleries, and use their art in their own spaces. So in this way, first of all, they create art for the masses inside shopping centers. Second, they promote courses that help artists to grow. And I mean, like, a kind of, not a school, but like small master classes now and then with the resident artists that the local artists of the area come to see. Because, for example, they support obviously local artists, but also international. So they bring artists from England, from the US, from Europe, and vice versa. They also bring people from mainland China, from Hong Kong, from Taiwan, and so forth. I think it's a great.
On this, I have a good explanation. Is the speech of hardware and software. Let's say if the K11 shopping mall is the hardware, you also need a software that aliments this hardware and keep feeding with the art. So this was an incredible smart move because it would make more in terms of daily execution and daily management of these art pieces. It creates a pools of like a social network.
Yes.
It's like a network of artists that are always available to create installation for the mall.
Yeah. So that's more or less wraps up the first episode. The who is this brand is. I have small like pop-ups information about Adrian. For example, in the recent years, with the merge of cryptocurrency, the virtual world, the metaverse, whatever you want to call it, Adrian was also one of the people who were interested, and having the background history and heritage of real estate, he bought land, virtual land, in Sandbox. Sandbox is a project, a real estate project, let's say, in the virtual world, in Metaverse, based on the blockchain technology. And you can buy land and do whatever you want with it. So I think, if I understood correctly his project for this land, of course, at the moment there's nothing. It's only a concept. The market is still too early for this. But he bought a giant land near very popular area. I think this area is more for like Chinatown in this metaverse, because Binance is Asian. You have the China the news outlet, and you have the giant Adrian Cheng land. So I think this is kind of like kind of Asian town, Chinatown. So there is a small video I remember inside, like an introduction. He wants to create like a small Hong Kong in the virtual world with a lot of attractions, but there is nothing at the moment. But it's just a project, an interesting project. And the land in general cost him about $330,000.
He likes 300.
Yeah, but I think in the future, with the emergence of the virtual reality, the smaller it gets, it's probably gonna be worth something. Because I think, let's say in 5-10 years, the VR glasses will become my size glasses, your size glasses. It will become something very easily worn. And I think these kind of projects will be adapted. I've seen this some project before, like augmented reality. It's a virtual land of planet Earth that you can rent actual space. Let's say People's Square in Shanghai. You rent a corner, and when I'm walking, if I turn on my advertisement feature, I can see all the pop-ups and whatnot. I think it has some kind of applications, and I think this could be.
But in retail, for sure, because one of the biggest problem of our client is always how to merge the online and offline experience. The augmented reality of something like the glasses will make this more easy.
Yes.
It will take still more time because they are too bulky, too heavy. It's not something that you will take around so easily. So for me, the application for the moment will be still more entertainment.
Yes,
if you look nowadays, and maybe productivity in some special environments. Later on, if they will manage to have such a more portable approach, the integration will be really useful both way for client, because they could access to, I don't know, the first things come in my mind is promotion or I'm a vinyl collector. It would be amazing if with my glasses I can spot already where are the inside the store where are the the cool, disc that I'm interested. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Because it's nice to dig inside the vinyl store to dig what you like it, but sometimes it's so overwhelming that I just book online and go there and pick it. So if they become more accessible, more easy, and more like a daily tools that hopefully will replace the phone that we use, yes, that will be everything's that connected the dot.
Yeah.
You of course have a background as a real estate, and that's why most of the idea come from the how to use this real estate. How can I make it better? these things, but it's still a service, still a product, and he also still build a brand. That's why for us it's really it makes a lot of matter, no, for us to showcase in this podcast. No, like Gentle Monster understood that the art is a piece of daily life, and also the approach to art, no, is also an entertainment. Adrian did the same, but no, in a bigger scale, and offering also this opportunity to other retailer to have some special shop inside some special events. In Shanghai there was for example if I'm not wrong, a collaboration between Tiffany and Anti-Warrior. Okay. So so even though no, the brands have some angle to twist their pop-up, no, under the lens of the art, and this make everything more interesting, more exciting.
I think beside the big change, I think in human behavior recently is that people in general are now interested in art in general, and even interested in owning art. There is a recent merging project, it's called Masterworks. This project is a financial investment platform, kind of.
It's a fund. Basically treat art as a fund.
Yes, so yes, a fund. Yes. Yeah, you can own a fraction of an art piece. So the platform will buy, say for example, a Van Gogh, and then they will own it for a period of time. And in this period, you can buy fractions of this painting. You don't have to buy everything. You can even buy with $100 minimum. Yeah. And then
a percentage, and then
exactly. No, it's not about the money. It's a percentage. When they sell it back with higher maybe price, whatever your percentage, you get back. So I think the art for the masses is a movement nowadays. Everybody's kind of interested in owning, having, understanding art on some level, let's say, on some level. Yeah, this will sum up and wrap up the first episode about Adrian, K11, and his invention, let's call it.
In next episode, we're gonna see,
as usual,
this
we analyze.
We analyze centimeter by centimeter, 20,000 square meters shopping mall. Okay.
Please share, like,
jokes apart. Yeah, jokes apart. Yes, we will go in details because they took seriously the public space. They have an amazing visual identity. For me, it's created in many details, and also they offer a lot of spaces, both for commercial or for free space to use for social use to their customers. So that's it for today. Like, subscribe, share, contact,
comment,
give us your opinion, comment, give us your opinion, and see you next week.
See you next
week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.